Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Tech Beans. And today, I got here the Umidigi Power 3. This, my friends, is the ultimate, never been told, Redmi Note 8 and Realme 5 alternative that you never knew. It was secretly pushed out way back in October or November. It is one fine smartphone. This is probably much better than the Redmi Note 8 and the Realme 5. Why do I say that? Well, let me just fill you in on the specs on this thing. Number 1, it has a powerful Helio P60 processor. Number 2, it has 6,150 mAh of battery. 3, it has a quad camera setup, 48 megapixels, just like the Redmi Note 8. And it does have a 1080p display, but probably the best feature of all is stock Android 10 right out of the box. Boom. How much? It's less than $200 or 8,500 pesos. I know, it is incredible for the price. You're just gonna wish you knew this earlier, oh my god. But if you haven't yet decided on which one to buy, then this is probably the right time. Umidigi Power 3. And without further ado, let the unboxing begin.
No.
Alright, here we go. So that is the box. Just from the box alone, it is a very nice design. And the color I have here is space gray. By the way, it has 3 colors: the gray, the red, and the green. And the configuration I have here is 464. That is the only configuration available, I guess. Umidigi, some circular patterns right there. And let's check out what the phone looks like. Link to the world. Umidigi. You made me G. Man. Look at that. SIM ejector pin. Very nice packaging right here. Definitely nice presentation for something that costs under $200. Of course, this is the manual. Alright. And you also get a card right here. A simple thanks from the Umidigi team. I'm not gonna read that. Oh, it has a giveaway. Nice. You might get a chance to win another one of these. Alright, so here's the phone. Umidigi Power 3. Oh, look at that. That's a nice case. Gotta tell you, I have been reviewing phones or unboxing phones for quite some time now, and I don't usually get this kind of case, like this kind of quality, but Umidigi has generously provided us with this real nice case. What else is pretty nice? Look at that. The back. It looks like a Samsung device, a flagship one. This, my friends, looks like the upcoming Samsung Galaxy S20 48MP AI quad camera. Okay. Oh, it's already opened. Nice. Whoa, that is fast. Holy. Let me just set you aside for now because we want to see this nice packaging, which you don't normally see on phones priced this low. Hey, look at that. It's an 18-watt charger. Oh my god, that's fast charging. What is that? Oh, it's already USB Type-C. So I guess for OTG. And finally, we've got here another cable. It's a USB Type-A to USB Type-C. And here's the phone. Peeling time. And one more at the front. Nice. Man, that feels so good. Man, you gotta check this out. It's non-slippery at the back. There's a certain level of friction happening right here. Although I think this is just plastic. Yeah, it is. But in a good way, because it doesn't feel kind of cheap. It kind of makes you feel that the whole phone feels like it was all made in metal. It just feels so solid. Very comfortable, yet kind of heavy. Very heavy. It's one heavy phone. Well, of course, it's a 6,150 mAh battery right here. But yeah, let me just go back to the design right here. I just love the design on this thing. It does look like the Samsung Galaxy S20. Well, maybe just the camera part. Now, speaking of the cameras, this thing has a 48 megapixel quad camera setup. That is a 48 megapixel main sensor, 13 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, a 5 megapixel depth sensor, and a 5 megapixel macro lenser. Whoops, did I say lenser? Is that even a word? Lens slash sensor. Oh, by the way, it has a fingerprint scanner at the back, the Umidigi logo, and that's pretty much it. Now, coming at the bottom, some more good news. It has a headphone jack, microphone, USB Type-C port. Oh my god, thank you so much. And the loudspeaker. At the top, it has nothing. And at the right side, you get the power button and the volume rockers. At the left side, you get the SIM tray with a dual nano SIM card slot and a dedicated micro SD card slot for expandable storage. Very nice. Okay, so coming to the display, just like what I told you, it's a 6.5-inch 1080p IPS display that has a punch hole. And And by the way, the screen also comes with a built-in screen protector, as you can see. Pretty nice for a budget phone if you ask me. And what about the display quality? Well, all I can say is it is fairly bright. Colors are great. Just look at that. Even though it's just an IPS display, the colors are just so good. It's beyond your average $200 phone display. It is that impressive. And one more thing, the punch hole design. This kind of design was actually quite expensive to make a few months ago. And I think this is the most affordable smartphone that has a punch hole design. Does that make it better? Absolutely not. It all depends on you if you're digging this kind of design. Remember, some will prefer the water drop notch and some will prefer no notch at all. And we're just happy that we have this kind of design on a smartphone that's under $200. That is absolutely impressive with the very thin bezels at the sides and the not so thin chin right here at the bottom. But who am I to complain from a phone that is at the same price range as the Realme 5 and the Redmi Note 8? They don't even come close to this kind of quality from their displays. I'm just getting started. At the start of the video, I told you that this actually has stock Android version 10 to be exact, and I actually like that. There are a lot of advantages to stock Android. The most important of all is that it does not have bloatware. It's just these apps right here, Google apps, the Play Store, the settings, the camera app, and that's it. Everything is a lot simpler. And best of all, it is super fast. Like, since it's Android in its purest form, everything just feels so fast and smooth. Just look how blazing fast that is. Oh my god. Stock Android, everybody. A very big deal. And I think it is the biggest selling point of this smartphone. Now, before I start playing this game, let me just show you this. HFR enabled. Okay, so how's it like playing games on this thing? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's pretty awesome. If I was to compare this directly from the Redmi Note 8 and the Realme 5, those two phones do not hold a candle on this thing. In the graphics department, both deliver the same amount of performance, that is consistent 60 FPS in high frame rate mode. But in terms of the display experience, this easily takes the cake. The graphics is beautiful, the colors are good, everything just looks so good on this display. Plus, you're gonna get so much more immersion thanks to that very thin bezels at the side. Now, is the punch hole a problem? Well, if you're gonna play like this, you're definitely gonna notice it. But if you're gonna play like this, where your thumb is covering that hole, then it's pretty okay. And now for my favorite game, Call of Duty. Definitely much heavier than Mobile Legends. To get an idea of how this thing handles the game, it can go as high as high graphics and high frame rates. With all these settings right here, well, what can you expect? It's the Helio P60. It is a mid-range processor. But hey, look at that. It's not even lagging. Not at all. And the graphics looks beautiful and no ghost touching. Although not the fastest display I've ever reviewed. That immersion, because of the display, it kind of changed the game big time. And the sounds, it is it's not as full. It sounds like a radio. It doesn't sound good. I suggest you just get a really nice pair of headphones for this, because the speakers are just crappy. Now, just like what I told you earlier, the Umidigi Power 3 has a 48MP quad camera setup. From the initial pictures that I took with this phone, I would have to say that it's okay, in a sense that it's pretty sharp in close-up shots, but when you start taking pictures of landscapes, it starts to get soft, and it kind of loses a lot of the details, as you can see. Color-wise, it's not that natural, I would have to say. Skin tones are quite off, very unnatural if you ask me. I don't know, it could have been better. Although it does have other lenses to spice up your photography cravings. 13MP ultra-wide-angle lens for that very wide fisheye effect look. Perfect for landscape shots just like this. Just take a good look at that picture. It does not look good, especially the lighting. So unbalanced. And it's kind of messed up almost everywhere, so it has a long way to go if it's gonna compete with the Redmi Note 8 and the Realme 5 in terms of the photography game. Same goes for video, and it kind of maxed out at 1080p at 30 frames per second. Not really that impressive, not by a mile. And that, my friends, is the Umidigi Power 3. I would have to say that this phone is very good for the price. The only downside I saw was the camera. Actually, terrible cameras. Else, it's better than the Redmi Note 8 and the Realme 5. Just not overall. And it does come with a neat case right here. That just looks fantastic. Less than 200 bucks, my friends. 8,000 500 pesos at Lazada. Highly recommended if you're just gonna go browsing, playing games, watching movies. Just forget about the camera. Get another phone with a good camera and you're good to go. Oh, you don't have money for another phone? I just wish the cameras were just better. Your next best bet is the Redmi Note 8 by a small margin. I just hope updates get delivered to this phone pronto, especially fixes for the camera as it really needs it right now. So, did you like the phone? If yes, please do drop a like on my video and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any of my great content right here at TechBeans. This is Vince Domingo from TechBeans and I'll see you on the next video.